Hello, my name is Justin Parr. Welcome to Frying Pan Tower. These videos filmed in August of 2022. Frying Pan Tower is located 32 miles off the coast of North Carolina. It is a retired Coast Guard station, light tower, and now is a fishing ground for us. Swimming around the tower is surreal. All manner of debris on the bottom. Fish surrounding as well. And sometimes tons of fish. As you can see, all of this bait here. The amberjacks are having a lot of fun chasing the bait around. The tower is used for awareness now. Ocean awareness, awareness for the history of the area. Richard, the owner of the nonprofit managing the tower, runs ecotourism trips, and you can stay there as a spear fisherman as well if you ship out supplies for him so he can stay. This video, one of the cameras he uses to showcase the natural beauty out here. We, as a contribution, clean it off, and we are avid users of the camera, although as of the posting of this video is not down. I hope it returns. I believe it will. Say hey to the camera. Haha. Hey, Mom. At work, I'll check this camera out, and sometimes my buddies are out diving, cleaning it off. All manner of sea life around the tower, but a lot of jacks, a lot of sharks, a lot of barracuda. We don't dive the tower too much, but we did this day to clean the camera and check out our surroundings. EJ, my buddy, doing a drop here. We shifted zones away from the tower, and I was not seeing any shooter fish until this porgy unfortunately lined up with me. These are great fish, hand frying or filleted, and a school of yellowjacks followed me up. Now another dive a few miles from that last spot. EJ had just missed a lobster, and I saw him do it from the surface, so I go down and check and see if he's still home. If you see, I shimmy down under this ledge, and he's stuffed in under there. I'm able to get my hand around his antenna, or his mandible, and grab him out. Diving with Marisa and EJ here, and them coming down to check on me. Marisa giving me a thumbs up, making sure I'm okay. And EJ here on the surface grabbing the gun from me. Once I turn it around, don't want to point him don't want to send it to him pointy side first. But give him the gun on my way up, and I can focus fully on the lobster now.
Nice job. That's him.
Beautiful. Duncan in the boat.
I just need to kick up.
We're aboard the eye sturgeon, owned by Chris Covington. That boat sees a lot of spearfishing. This dive, a heartbreaker. I dropped down. We're on some deeper ledges, around 75 feet. Jacks again everywhere, but there's a grouper off into the distance. You'll see him in a moment. Make contact right around there. You see him on top of the rocks. Start to get low, get into hunt mode. There he goes, skirting over that rock there, and actually comes to face me here soon. I thought this was a guaranteed catch. He goes broadside. I get a headshot almost in this gill plate. The gill plate stopped the shaft, and unfortunately it didn't go through much at all, and the fish slipped out, as you can see there. I was a little bummed. Go back to the tower to drop off Marisa now. This is the way to get up the tower?
Perfect. We're good.
Marisa and
All right.
EJ run a charter on their catamaran ship. I will
Oh, that's a
post their
Seage.
information here for you to go to their page, follow them, and follow their adventures. This is what it looks like from Marisa's view with her iPhone that she bravely got out. Scary. This deck is around 75 or 80 feet above ground. In order to get our supplies up for the evening, they drop down, and I'll zoom in here for you, a duffel bag, a big old loading bag, and they take the seat off the winch, put a hook on it, and you have to get the boat up pretty close there to have contact with the winch. And we throw all our gear in there. Actually, I think we do about 2 loads of this, but we throw all of our gear in there, and they take it up. Widen the angle there so you can see. There are a whole manner of volunteers there who you see here at this point in time, volunteering to help restore the tower. We go back out fishing. We still need to catch some more fish for dinner, so we go to a nearby shipwreck and check out who's home. Lots of jacks on this. Another drop so you can see that was the bow of the boat. This will be the stern of the boat. I don't quite go deep enough to see under the stern, but sometimes there's fish hiding under there too. About 70 feet deep to the sand here. And these fish start moving pretty sporadically here. I was actually wondering what they were doing. I think it was the boat moving set them off. The shipwrecks here all along the coast of North Carolina hold a variety of fish. We have a handful that we frequent. Hopping spots again. Here's Mark swimming on the surface and Chris diving down, just sharing some footage of my friends. We went to a reef to the north where we see African pompano. And luckily I lined up with one. This guy acting a little squirrely. I slow my roll and grunt. Have an opportunity for a shot here. I love the line screaming out. That is one of the most fun parts of this whole experience, bringing in an African pompano. Condense the clips here of me pulling him in. Scott Davis, my buddy, checking on him, making sure the shot's good, making sure no sharks are coming by, providing presence, all the while I'm managing the line. And you can see this guy's going pretty crazy. After some fighting, being not too heavy on the line, my spear's just barely in there. Get him all the way up to me.
You okay? Yeah, never mind. It came up quicker. I know, he came up quick. There's a shark down there, that's why.
As soon as possible, whenever I get these fish, I brain them or put them out of their, send them away, thank them for their sacrifice. And after they are gone, we'll bleed them to preserve the quality of the meat. This one will be our dinner tonight, so I want to make sure it's treated properly. Mark Winterberger grabbing the fish now. And this is how we get up as the divers no boat. We anchored the boat just a couple 100 yards away and one by one swim over to the winch. This is EJ in the winch. We brought over some beers, so he cracked one on the way up for the ride. I guess there was a shark down there and he poured some beer out. Look, I'm swimming next, so you know, good for me. Cheers, EJ. Richard there running the winch. A few other volunteers helping. I'm up next, and here's what it looks like from my perspective. Head down. I guess there was a shark, but I never saw it. But there are plenty of barracuda down there. I got on the winch. Let them know I'm good. And there's somebody even after me, so if you were worried about that shark, we're not too worried. We're just kind of hanging out. There's the boat. Tied off to another boat. Anchored.
We just had quite some fun with the pompano.
What pompano? Is there a pompano? Feet up. Alright.
Thank you.
I will put in some links here of Frying Pan Tower's website, their mission, and that's a way for you to get in touch with them and plan your trip out if you want. Here you go, sharing the sunset with my good friends on the top of the tower, I think 131 feet above the sea surface. Scott Davis first, Mark Winneberger there second, Marisa Martinez up the ladder, and EJ's up here in a moment. There's our boats, making sure they're safe and sound.
Middle of the ocean.
Pretty crazy. What a beautiful evening this was. EJ popping another beer. The one on the winch wasn't good enough. Oh yeah.
They keep getting shooken up and swimming with them.
He was joking they were getting shaken up while we're swimming. Mark filleting our African pompano here for dinner. This is basically as fresh as it gets. It didn't even have to have a boat ride home. Dropping the scraps in, the skin and stuff in for the sea creatures. 80 feet down from the fillet table. The bird's going for it, but they couldn't quite get it. But a fish grabs this here in a moment. Thanks, Marisa, for this footage.
This is like the zone. This is the zone.
And then up to the roof after dinner. Dark by now. We had a time. A good time. Richard is a showman. We had a great time staying with him.
That was crazy.
Whoa!
That was good.
Good morning. It's the next day now. Some storms out to the distance. Really unreal being out here. We had to check on our boats in the morning, make sure they're still there. Thankfully they were blown a little bit of a different direction due to the currents changing.
It's pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Give you guys a tour through the Frying Pan Tower. Kind of quartered off. There are quarters. This is the living area. There's a lower deck and upper deck, and then the tower portion of it. Some people still sleeping, some hanging out in the living area, so trying to be quiet. There's bathrooms there, living quarters on some of these rooms. Every one of those doorways with light goes out to a exterior deck. Full kitchen, TVs. He has a modern living situation out there, powered mainly by solar and wind.
I'm doing a tower tour.
Here's all the gang up for the morning, ready to get our day started. Normally we're out here really, really early,
Find some sketchy stuff.
and this day we took our time to get started for our diving. We had a long day the day prior. Scott testing out the Black Rifle coffee that they serve there, and I think he enjoyed it.
Scott, give it a sip.
Oh my gosh.
Like lava.
Yeah, like lava. After we got some coffee, some water in us, used the bathroom, packed up our gear, time to go down. I volunteered to go first one to get the swim. Our boats had shifted directions, so our swim probably doubled. I think it was probably a 200-yard swim. Look at Richard's shirt. He's classic. What a great guy.
See ya. Thank you, Richard. We'll see you again next weather window.
Fast forward a little bit here for you, and there was actually a rainbow.
Oh, rainbow. Look at that thing, huh?
It's crazy. Yeah, there were actually already divers out this day, so they had already dove through this zone. They saw us coming down and left so we could swim through a whole manner of sea life on the way over to the boat. And I'll fast forward it here for you. Not really adding in clips from this day diving there. It was, mainly lackluster. We didn't find too many fish around here this day and didn't feel like going to hunt some faraway zones due to we were already satisfied with our day we had prior. This was fun. Some days if the current's the wrong direction, this swim can be a little bit more treacherous, but today the current wasn't too bad. This video sped up 4 times normal speed. And I made it to the eye sturgeon. Thank you guys for watching my video. I'll link some other videos here. It really helps if you subscribe and like the video. It really helps a lot. Thanks, y'all.